There's so many charities that you personally are involved in, that Hardy Reid is involved in, but for you, one of the, I think one of the ones that's most impactful in this area and around is United Way.
United Way is huge for Tupelo, and the concept of United Way years ago was it was a one-stop shop. You gave your money to United Way, and they figured out where the money needed to go in the community, and they got the money to the right places, and they had the infrastructure to do that. It's gotten harder and harder over the years because there's so many needs out there, and the United Way isn't just the one-stop shop that it used to be, but it is a major contributor to good things that happen in this area. I think there's 60 something agencies that benefit from the United Way now, and I ran a campaign for them in 1996. I was president a couple of years later, and was on the allocation committee, and really worked for them. My grandfather helped start League United Neighbors, which is a predecessor to that. My dad worked very hard for them for years and years and years. My family, my siblings have, and so we've been. The first thing I did, when my dad made me in high school, take 5 cards and go out and work those cards after the United Way kickoff one year. And I remember getting said no to by some mean people, and I remember getting said yes to by some nice people, and learning that process of trying to get people involved in the community. And so, yeah, I've been doing that for a long time, and they're a wonderful organization. But it is it's probably the top organization for giving in this area still. Even though it's not what the vision was originally, which was you didn't have to give to anything else. It's still 63 agencies, and they're raising almost $3 million a year to go back into charitable work in Tupelo in this area.
I think one of the most difficult things for someone that wants to give is to vet an organization, to do the research to make sure that the money's going where it says it's being gone, and I think that's one of the things that works so well about United Way.
Yeah, well, they've got a great process for determining needs and then determining how much money they can. And it is tough because we used to have a thing called midnight mass, which where we had our money and we had needs. The needs always exceed the money. So how do you make those decisions between Home for Battered Women and the Boy Scouts of America and the and 100 other, well, in our case now 60 something other agencies, and who gets that money? Tough choices to make. But when you're sitting at home and don't have any of the information, it's even tougher.
Right.
So the idea that you can give it to someone and you know that they're doing the due diligence is not unlike Hardy Reid. There are needs out there. We're trying to meet needs, but we have to do the due diligence to get it right. United Way does exactly the same thing. They go through the process and they do the due diligence to get those decisions right. It's a wonderful organization.